10 places to visit in Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is an amazing travel destination offering a wide range of places to visit. This island, located in the Indian Ocean off the coast of India, presents visitors with an incredible array of environments and tourist attractions to enjoy and experience. Travelers can trace the island's fascinating history, from ancient times through the colonial period to the present, in cities like Colombo and Kandy. This relatively compact island boasts 8 UNESCO World Heritage Sites where that history is preserved. Incredible outdoor landscapes and safari experiences can be found in the country. Sri Lanka is also a beach lover's paradise, ringed by some of the world's most beautiful beaches and home to a number of luxury beach resorts. Number 10. Gali. The city of Gali is about a 2-hour drive from Colombo via one of the country's first modern superhighways. This ancient trading port reflects its colonial history and is focused around a large 17th century seafront fort. Gali Fort is an entire preserved walled town, now filled with boutique hotels, shops, and restaurants. The entire area is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. This is a great place to explore on foot. The entire fort area is car-free. It's hard to get lost, as you're surrounded on 3 sides by the sea. Aside from and outside the fort, the city is surrounded by some amazing beaches. Like others in the country, the wide sand beach leads into clear turquoise water. There's even a beach right beneath the iconic Gali lighthouse. Number 9. Nuwara Eliya. Sri Lanka is famous for its tea. What better place to learn more about tea than the source itself, Nuwara Eliya? With a temperature, climate, and elevation of 1,900 meters, or 6,100 feet, Nuwara Eliya is the country's tea production capital. You can tour a tea plantation and see how tea is made. Founded in the 19th century, this hill country town soon became a retreat for British colonists, earning the nickname Little England. April is a good time to visit when visitors flock here to see the blossoms and celebrate Sri Lanka New Year. Other sites include Lake Gregory and Laksapanya, Sri Lanka's most famous waterfalls. Number 8. Anuradhapura. A visit to Anuradhapura, one of the country's ancient capitals and a UNESCO World Heritage Site, rewards visitors with a glimpse into the past. The area is unique, as there's a thriving modern town adjacent to an ancient one. You're not just visiting ruins. The current population makes it one of the oldest continuously inhabited places on Earth. The ruins are awesome, with many crumbling temples, statues, pools, and other structures. There are modern structures too, and the temple remains an active place of worship. The core of the complex is a very old tree. The Sri Mahabodhi is believed to be the world's oldest living tree planted by a human. Anuradhapura is a fun place to visit, as there are a lot of small guest houses and cheap places to eat, along with bike rental, tour guides, and other businesses catering to tourists. Number 7. Polonnaruwa. This is an important ancient city ruin site, another one of the country's World Heritage Sites. Polonnaruwa was Sri Lanka's second capital city, after Anuradhapura, thriving about 1,000 years ago. The garden city is completely preserved, although most of the structures are in ruins. There are gardens, palaces, and temples, and while it's rather compact, it's best explored by bicycle. A bonus, the ruins are inhabited by a large troop of macaque monkeys, also resident of the area since ancient times. There's a small modern town a few miles from the ruins, with guest houses, bike rentals, cafes, and other tourist services. The town is close to Nuwara National Park, a great place to elephant watch. Number 6. Yala National Park. Located on the island's southeast coast, this national park is known for leopard safaris. Leopards are very rare, but the park has a large population and it's possible to spot them even on a day trip. The park is also home to a large population of Asian elephants, which are an endemic to Sri Lanka. Aside from the fauna, the park is home to some incredible varied environments and ecosystems. You can visit the marine and beach environment of the coastal areas, follow leopards across vast grasslands, or explore tropical rainforests. There are also some important Buddhist temples and shrines within Yala, which is not too far from the city of Hambantota. Number 5. Adams Peak. Another great place to visit in Sri Lanka that's also all about the journey is Adams Peak. This mountain is topped by a sacred rock formation, and pilgrims traditionally climb to the summit at night in time to watch the sunrise. The popular hike, which is great for families and children too, generally takes about 3 hours, and there are rest stops and food vendors along the path. After the hike, you'll be rewarded by seeing a rock with a footprint-shaped indentation where some believe Adam made his first step. Others believe it's the footprint of Buddha, and some believe it was made by the deity Shiva. The Adams Peak hike begins in the village of Nalathaniya in the central Sri Lanka. The best times to make the climb are between December and May. Number 4. Sigiriya. Like Machu Picchu or Masada, Sigiriya impresses visitors just with the absurdity of its construction. It's a huge rock formation that's been carved and transformed into a palace. The ruins are near the town of Dambulla in the central part of the country. Built about 1,500 years ago, the palace complex sits atop a 660-foot rock with sheer walls. Those walls have ancient painted frescoes and carvings transforming the whole structure into a work of art. In the middle of one rock wall, there's a giant gateway carved in the shape of a lion. Aside from the palace above, the area below is an intricate city complex with gardens and residential and commercial areas. It's a very important surviving example of early city planning from this era. Number 3. Kandy. Kandy is where you go to learn about and experience Sri Lankan history. Located in central Sri Lanka, the city is the former capital city of the Sri Lankan royal dynasty, the country's main capital before the colonial period. The high point of what's called the Kandian era was between the 15th and 18th centuries, when the area remained independent while most of the coastal regions were colonized by European powers. Be sure to visit the city's National Museum of Kandy, as it illustrates the story of the region and its people via exhibits and artifacts. Nearby, the Temple of the Sacred Tooth Relic is a very holy Buddhist shrine, part of the Royal Palace complex. Kandy Lake is at the heart of the city and offers a peaceful refuge from the heat. There are hiking paths that circle the lake, dotted with temples and shrines. Kandy is surrounded by mountains, which are home to many tea plantations. Some can be visited and offer tours and tea tastings. It's also surrounded by rainforests. The Uduwata Kelile Sanctuary is a forest park located within the city limits. The forest reserve has miles of hiking trails, as well as an excellent nature center with educational information. Number 2. Tangali. As an island, Sri Lanka is surrounded by beaches, and there really is something for everyone. For a diverse range of beach experiences, head to Tangali area. It's in the center of the southern coast of the island and a popular resort destination. You'll find a wide range of beaches, from tropical coves to wide, windswept, seemingly endless stretches of open sand. You can also find beaches with services, vendors, and beachfront stands, as well as remote beaches where you're almost certain to find yourself alone. At Rakawa Beach, there's a big sea turtle nesting area and conservation center. Number 1. Colombo. The capital city combines modern urban amenities with the country's colorful indigenous and colonial history. As a key stop on the world's spice trade routes, Sri Lanka has long held strategic importance for European trading powers. The country has been a colony of Portugal, the Netherlands, and most recently the British. And all these cultures blend with the indigenous culture to form a wonderful hybrid. You can taste these influences in the food, see them in the architecture and the arts, and you can really feel them in Colombo. The city is also filled with museums and other things to do that can help you connect with Sri Lankan culture. Colombo sits on the coast, and there's a large green space and beach area right in the heart of the city, separating an area called Fort from the Indian Ocean. It's the city's public playground and a fun place to visit, especially on Friday and Saturday nights. The city's new mega tower, the Colombo Lotus Tower, is a great place to visit. The tallest freestanding tower in Southeast Asia, it provides amazing views of the city. Aside from indoor and outdoor observation areas, there's a fancy restaurant at the top and a popular food court in the mall at the tower base.